What is up, Sheepdog Nation? What's going on? How the hell are you? Welcome to another episode of the Sheepdog Nation podcast with your host, me, Autumn Clifford. Today, what we're going to be discussing is basically an open letter to all of the police officers who have ever been hurt in the line of duty, mentally or physically. Because honestly, I don't really think there's anyone talking about it. And I had to medically retire due to an injury on duty that I'm going to be honest with you, like I really wasn't prepared for that. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I'm really excited about it, and I think it's going to be super helpful for you. A couple of announcements that I want to make. I want to let you know that if you are a woman either in law enforcement or looking to get in law enforcement, the Lady Sheepdog Club, right now for a very limited time, I'm offering a free trial. So it's free 7 days to come on in. The link will be below if you can, I know you'll be able to see it, but the link will be below this podcast. It's called the Lady Sheepdog Club. It's really exciting. It's free for 7 days. And then after that, it's only $27 a month. And basically what that is, just very quickly, it's just a community. It's a sisterhood. It's basically so you don't need to go through any of this alone. It's a very active community of women from all across the nation and in Canada. Who are in law enforcement or going through the process, who have just gone through the process. We've had several women, even just since the opening of the Lady Sheepdog Club, just a couple of months, actually land jobs. We have police officers in there. So it's really a supportive community. It's unlike anything you've ever been in, because I have done a ton of research and I haven't found anything like it. There's like hundreds of hours of trainings, but the feedback has been the trainings are awesome, but that's really that's not why people come in. People come in because they want the community, they want the sisterhood, they want the support, they want, when they ask questions, they want answers, and they love that they're not going through this experience alone anymore. And so if that's something that you want to be doing, please come down, check the link out. I mean, it's free. It's a free 7-day thing. If you hate it, then you just cancel and you don't get charged. And then if you do like it, it's only $27 a month. So, I mean, it's less than a gym membership, really. It's amazing. So, if you're listening to this and you're not a female, but you work on the department and you know some or whatever, share it out to them, please, because it's definitely life-changing. And again, if you're not following me on Instagram at the Lady Sheepdog, I don't know why, but you should be. We should be hanging out. Pretty active on there. Okay, so I'm going to dive right into content. Once again, if you make it to the end, you better let me know. I want to know. I love to see who my freaking podcast warriors are and who hang out with me the most. And I got to tell you, my DM has been full lately. I've actually been a little bit slower at putting out content due to I'm like really pumping the marketing up on trying to get some good stuff out there for you guys, trying to get noticed, trying to get heard. So I'm really pumping the marketing and really trying to get that all going. And I'll tell you, that takes everything out of me when you're trying to plan a wedding. You have a fiance, you have a household, you're also going for your master's. Let me tell you, it takes a lot out of you. So anyways, I apologize for being, like I said, but that's how it's going to be for just the next couple of weeks, how I can get this shit together. What I'm looking forward to do is I'm looking forward to my next season of podcasting. I'd like to start doing some interviews with some people. I haven't put out that list yet of who I'm going to be asking to come on, but I'll keep you posted if you have any ideas as to somebody who you would like me to interview, you would like to hear about. Please, let me know, but that doesn't mean to volunteer yourself, and don't take it the wrong way. But otherwise I'm going to have my DMs going to be freaking flooded with everybody, wanting to get on. So That's what's up and coming. Okay, so let me dive in now. I know I said that like 5 minutes ago. Okay, so basically, it's kind of like this. To the injured officer, right? Nobody prepares you for that. Nobody prepares you for the day that you're gonna get hurt. The day that you didn't even know. Like, I'll give you an example. I'll tell you about my story. I didn't even know because it wasn't one thing that happened to me. It was just um after like a month of like working out, like I couldn't work out anymore. I'm like, it just kept getting like, okay, that doesn't sound right. I had been working out for a long time, but then like I noticed some things that were happening and they slowly just kind of accumulated. Like, I noticed that when I'd put my duty belt on, my legs would go numb. My thighs would go numb. And I just was like, oh, well, this is just normal. Like, this is kind of fucked up, but whatever. So my thighs would go numb, but they would only go numb when I would like touch them. Like, I didn't know. It wasn't like I was walking around with like my thighs that were like sleepy, like when you like your foot falls asleep. Like, it didn't feel like that. It was just like when I touched it, I'm like, oh my God, my fucking thighs are like numb. Like, what the hell? But I mean, that whatever. My back always hurt, always hurt. It just really got really bad within like the last year I was on the road, and I would sit with the guys, like, so I'd work midnights and stuff. Like, I'd have to stand, I'd have to take off my duty belt in the car. I mean, really stupid, dangerous shit, but like, my back was fucking killing me, man. When I would come in, and like do reports at the PD, like on the midnights, I'd take my belt right off. Sometimes I'd have to unbutton my pants. Not that they were like super tight on me, but any pressure on my back was awful. When I would work dispatch, so like at my old PD, what would happen is if they were short a dispatcher and we were heavy on patrol would have to go work an overnight, like in dispatch. And I would literally have to unbutton my fucking pants because, and listen, again, it wasn't because like I was like so fat. It wasn't because like my pants were like super tight. It was just because anything on my back was excruciating for me. And I never wanted to say anything because I'm like, just suck it the fuck up. Like, you're a cop, And that's just literally just suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Well, sucking it up fucked me over in the end. And so just let this be a lesson to you because it really did fuck me over in the end. And, I did myself no favors. So what I ended up doing was it got so fucking bad. I was talking to one of my dispatchers and I'm like, my back is killing me. Like, she was sitting there. She's like, oh, why the fuck do you have to unbutton your pants? And I told her, and she's like, yeah, you need to go see a chiropractor. And I'm like, okay, I've never seen a chiropractor. And she's like, I know a guy and he's really good with first responders. I said, okay. So I went. He immediately was like, I need to take an x-ray of your back. I'm like, no, I think it's just, some tight muscles and shit. He's like, no. I'm taking an x-ray. Within like 15 minutes, the x-ray comes back. He goes, yeah, you've got a bulge disc. And he goes, and you can't be working anymore. I'm like, whoa. You're supposed to be on my side, bro. Like, and we're not like, and he's like, and how do you want to do this? He's like, is this something that we want to do? Is this like a workers' comp thing, or like, how are you doing it? And I'm like, no. And it clearly was, but I was trying to do the right thing. I'm like, no. Just put in my paperwork that, I worked out, and I noticed when I was working out that it hurt me. And he's like, are you sure? Because this really, and he wasn't comfortable with that, but he could tell that like I was adamant. Like, no, you don't understand, dude. Like, I'm a fucking female. Like, I'm not gonna go, like, you don't understand. It's just gonna roll so far downhill. I said, maybe what could come out of this is that we could get, external vest carriers, because I know like all of the guys have have sore backs, and we could all use like external vest carriers. That would be fucking fantastic. And he's like, all right, whatever, but you can't go back to work. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm going back to work, and I'll see you like tomorrow or like the next day. And so the next day I go in and he writes me a doctor's note. He goes, no, I'm serious. Like, you're fucking off the road. I'm like, oh my fucking word. I did not want to give it to my supervisor. My supervisor was like pissed. Brings it to like his supervisor and ends up going upstairs and whatever. And then shit just started fucking happening. And before I knew it, my doctor pulled me right out. He's like, nope, you're out. Like, you're done. You are done for a while. And then, I go through all these tests and I go through all this shit, and all of a sudden it's, yeah, you're not going to get better. And I'm like, what? Whoa. And I mean, literally, my entire world came crashing down. Like, literally fucking came crashing down. Like, you need to understand. And I know you do. I know you do. I wasn't the most happy fucking cop there ever was. I'll tell you that. I don't know any cop that is super duper happy. I wasn't the most happy, but that's all I knew. I mean, I was a cop's cop. Still, I mean, I still am, but I don't give a shit what anyone says. In my head, I'm still a cop's cop. But, I went to fucking school. I had a 4-year degree for this. I mean, I was a cop since I've been 20 years old. Honestly, it's all I've ever known. And my doctor at like 26 or 27 is looking at me and he's like, yeah, so heads up. You're really young to have this much of an issue. Cause, I had like 3 big issues with my back. And he's like, and you can't do this. I'm like, come on. No. Time out. What do you mean I can't do this? What do you fucking mean? Like, I was just working patrol. I mean, if I never would have went to the fucking doctors, I'd still be on the road. And he's like, well, but this is my PCP. This isn't that chiropractor anymore. This is my PCP after he ordered me to go get an MRI. So now he's looking at the big picture and he's like, he knows all my symptoms and everything. And he's like, listen, if you wouldn't have gone to the doctor, I don't know what would have happened to you within this past year. He's like, honestly, like, this is how bad this is. And I'm like, what? Fuck that. No, it's not. Like, and that's like what a lot of the people at my police department, they didn't know. And the reason I'm telling you this is because from the outside looking in, it always looks like everyone's like, oh, I'm just going to use myself. Oh, that fucking Autumn. She's a fucking pussy. She needs to get back out on the road. What the fuck is wrong with her? Like, she's prolonging this, and like, whatever. And I know that's what like a lot of the guys and girls were saying behind my back because nobody talked to me anymore. Seriously. Everyone just stopped talking to me. And like, I'm going to tell you that was fucking excruciating. And it still is to this day because I'm like, I ended up getting them external vest carriers. And like, I'm like, dude, like that never would have fucking happened if I didn't go through all of this shit. But the least you could fucking do is talk with me, but you fucking fell off the face of the earth to me. And like, that's just how it is. And it sucks. And that's part of the police environment, the police lifestyle, like that that I would like to change. Like that bothers me. Like, that shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean? But I know that it is, and I know I'm not the only person to have dealt with that. But I think I'm one of the only ones that are speaking out, and I'm bringing it to your attention because, I remember my fiance. He actually got hurt. Not as bad as me, but he had like a minor tear in his rotator cuff not too long ago. And like, he went through kind of the same shit I went through. Like, he wasn't at work and he wasn't the man anymore. Like, not everyone called him and texted him. He had very few people reach out to him, and make sure that he was okay. And like, he couldn't believe that. Because you go from somebody who is, the man or the woman who's called all the time, texted all the time, needed all the time. But like, what I realized and what he had to realize, and it was hard. And so I know we're not the only 2 people to realize it, but you guys, you end up being just a number. And I'm not trying to be negative at all. I just need you to see all this, because if this were to ever happen to you, I want you to go, you know what? Fucking Autumn, she told me. This isn't a surprise. Autumn prepared me. That fucking shoe's right. Fuck. Because nobody told me this shit. They don't prepare you for this in the academy. Nobody prepared me for this. And this, you're going to get hurt. There's going to be things that happen to you that you just can't control. I had no fucking idea that, this back pain that I was feeling was going to put me out of the career that I worked my fucking ass off for. I had no idea. And and to wake up and like kind of be told that, like I'm sitting there like talking to my doc and he's like, no, like, and then he's like, you can go be a dispatcher. And listen, I love dispatchers. Like some of you, I do. I really do. Some of you, I don't, because some of you think fucking, what the fuck is going on more than I do. And I don't like that. I've dealt with some really fucking asshole dispatchers, and I know we all have. I'm not saying you're all like that, but I'm just telling you the truth. But I couldn't do that job. I know, because I used to have to do it. And I just couldn't do that job. No, like I'll fucking kill myself. Like, fuck that. And anyways, and so, those are my two options. Like, you're not going back on the road. My doctor was like, no, because if you want to, he goes, and my doc's really cool, but he's like, you're going to end up all fucked right up on him. And like, I can't recommend that. He's like, I just can't. You're going to end up, I don't know what's going to happen to you. I don't know if you're going to be a cripple. Like, I really don't know what's going to happen to you if you continue. I'm like, okay, I didn't know it was like to that extent. Truly, I had no idea, right? And so I'm sitting there now. I'm like, oh wait, I just went with back pain. I literally just had back pain and like numb legs. And like, I did have some shooting pains down to my legs. Okay, I did. But it's like one of those things where I was like, toughen up, mind over matter. But it's not always that, guys. It's not always toughen up. And it's not always mind over matter. Take it from me, because I have a very high pain tolerance. You can ask anyone who knows me. And sucking it up and like, it just fucked me over in the end. And so like a piece of me is like, damn, like what if I would have just right when I felt it would have got it taken care of? Maybe I wouldn't have had such a big issue. Okay. Now, with that being said, if it's workers' comp, let it be workers' comp. Don't do what I did. Okay. I mean, because listen, you've got to look at it like this. Police agencies are unique. And everybody acts like the higher ups act like it's their money and that they're running a business, but they're not. It's government funded, it's a government agency. Okay. It's not their fucking money. It's not their money. Okay. Number one. And number two, but you've got to also look at it that it is a business. Okay. It is a business and you are a number. And you will be replaced. And that's the thing you've got to get through your head. And it sucks. You're not so special that they can't replace you. And that is a hard truth. And I'm not telling you this like I said, I'm just telling you this honestly, straight up out of so much love, because like I said, I was devastated. You can ask my fiance. I mean, you guys, that's why I gained a fuck ton of weight. Like straight up, like I just measured myself today. I have lost 4.5, almost 5 inches just from my stomach. Okay. Like, because I got really big and, really stressed out and really sad and fucking devastated. And like, what the hell am I going to do with myself? And luckily I had done enough personal development. I have a very strong mind, that I put all of it into good use, started online businesses, replaced my full-time income with online businesses. I mean, at least I did all of that, but not everyone does that shit. I mean, I was doing that while I was getting fat, whatever, but but not everyone does that. Some people get lost and some people get caught up and some people get really depressed and they never come back, and don't let that be you. And I think that's why I'm so adamant. Like you'll see me online and you see me and I'm a very strong, person. And I think that's why you see me like kind of come at you and like kick you or, be just like this kick-ass person, because if I'm not there to help you and empower you, I feel like I lose, that's just who I am. But I need you to have that attitude, because I know what it's like to get fucking dropped on your face, pretty much. And if you're not resilient and tenacious and fucking, ready to go, you're going to stay on the ground. But you need to get the fuck back up and you need to keep fighting, And so here I am. So that you kind of, that's my entire story in a nutshell. Here I am. And now I said, I got, and I'll tell you straight up, when all of that happened, I got such a bad taste in my mouth for law enforcement, for all the people that I worked with, my agency, all of that. I just felt so deeply, like, on such a deep, deep, deep fucking level. Just, I want to say like disrespected, but just honestly, just fucking hurt. Like, just, I can't say it any other way than, I mean, look at this. My old partner, who, when I first started, him and I were on mids together. He was 1 year ahead of me out of the academy. He was my partner, man. Like, we, on days off, his fiance and my fiance and I, we'd all hang out all the time, all the time, all the time. I got to know his friends. They got to know my friends. I mean, we were fucking close. We were really close, and we were a hell of a team. I mean, a hell of a team. Play good cop, bad cop, and I was always the bad cop for some reason. I don't know why, but and he even stopped talking to me, and I think that one is the one that hurts me the most. I was totally below the belt, and I don't know why. Till this day, I have no idea why. And it's one of those things. Now, before my inbox gets flooded with "you need to reach out to him," no, I'm not going to. I'm just not. I'm a little stubborn right now. It's still very raw. That is the shit that you need to be prepared for. You need to, you need to be prepared for it. You need to have that in your head. Like, you could get hurt. Like, what's your backup plan? And like, that's something else. Like, you got to be thinking a little bit bigger than just the job. And I'm going to be honest, like, I pound this into my fiance's head all the time. Like, he saw what happened in the money. Like, when you get fucking hurt, depending on the situation, sometimes it's great because you can double dip, like short-term disability plus your pay. But like, for some of you, like me, I fucking lost a ton of money. I mean, I lost a ton of money. And like, you need to be prepared for that. And if like you are the only one that's floating your family, you need to be prepared. And that's why, like, you saw me come out, or maybe you didn't, but like, I had to figure out, I dumped like 50 grand into like figuring out how to make this online business work, right? Like, I had to, because that was, that was it. But not only that, like, now I know how to make online businesses. I'm like pounding that into my fiance's head, like, look, hello, like, we need to be prepared, because if you get fucking hurt, what can you do? And like, what are you going to be able to do? You're not going to be able to go out and do all this shit if you're hurt on the road. Like, and so, just having these ideas of what else can I be doing, or is there something else I can do on the side, while I'm in my career? And it doesn't have to be like outside the scope of law enforcement, it doesn't, or it could be it can be completely different. Maybe you want to go like charter a boat and like teach people how to fish, or maybe, you're a canine handler and want to teach people how to dog train, or shoot guns, or you're into self-defense like me and want to teach like defensive tactics. And if you get hurt, maybe you have to come up with a whole new way of doing it. Anyways, just all that stuff I want you to be open-minded about. And I want you to know this, like, just because you get hurt, it doesn't make you any less of a cop. Doesn't make you any less of a person. Doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you suck. It means you got hurt. Like, that's it. It just means you got fucking hurt. And don't try to be tough about it. Don't try to sit there and, say what it's not. I mean, it is what it is. You got hurt, dude. Like, and to be honest, like, yeah, is it fucking hard for me to like sit on social media and like watch all these fucking idiots like be taking all these photos of you, like, themselves constantly, and like, and they blow up on social media just because they're a cop? Doesn't mean that they're good. Doesn't mean anything. And here I am, like, not able to do that shit anymore. Yeah, it does. It stings a little bit, okay? If I'm honest, I'm just kind of being honest with you. But I don't let it ruin me. I don't let it consume me anymore. And so I feel like I'm at a point right now where obviously I can talk very openly about it, but I'm going to be honest with you, up until recently, I would not have been able to have this conversation with you, because it's a sore subject, it's something that changed my entire life. And, I'm like, holy fuck, it was just crazy. It's just crazy. So, just understand, you could get hurt and shit could change. And so, it's not all what you think it is right now. You need to prepare yourself. You need to prepare your family, especially, if you're the breadwinner. And you kind of have to just know, man, like you're just a number, and you got to know that. People just think, I don't know. We do. We get in and we get the Superman complex. Where we're like, no, I'm the man and no one can like replace me. And yet when you get hurt, your chief's like, all right, fucking, how quickly can you come back? And if you can't, I'm fucking replacing your ass. And that's literally how it goes. And don't take it personal. It's business. They don't have a choice. You know what I mean? They can't be running low staff all the time, because as we all know, most agencies are running low staff all the time. So, they can't be running even lower staff. And it's just the way that it is. So I just want to come in and prepare you for that. All right. I hope this helped. It wasn't super positive, but it's true. All this shit is true, man. It's just true. And share this out and give this to somebody who could fucking use it. If you made it this far, 1, you're a badass. 2, share this out. Do me a favor and just really share this and let somebody hear this who needs to, because I just know for a fact that somebody somewhere needs to hear this, and prepare them for what could happen, and prepare them for what the Academy doesn't prepare them for. All right. Okay. Sheepdog Nation, do me a favor. If you enjoyed this, can you come to right onto iTunes? If you're on iTunes, can you come rate this? Give me a rating, and drop me, a little review. And if you have any suggestions, anything you want to hear about, if you want to tell me who it is that you want me to interview, please come into my inbox at the Lady Sheepdog on Instagram. Let me know. And again, if you are a female who is in law enforcement or going into law enforcement, the Lady Sheepdog Club is where you need to be. And I will be talking to you guys later. Okay. I'll see you next time.